Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 43. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report. Once again, we have plenty of news, plenty of updates for the entire week that has just gone by. We're talking about week 43 here, so things are heating up. So on some of the platforms, you have to make a decision here in the next couple of days. So definitely we're going to remind you of this. There's other things actually coming up that would also affect us in the Forex market. We're going to have a closer look at that. And on top of this, we should actually also have a new EA very, very soon. Now it's not so new maybe because we have been talking about this for weeks and weeks. This is the Bell Trader, and this was actually delayed a bit. We have done some initial testing, background testing. After that, we went forward and did some live testing, and you saw the results on last week. Pretty good. But now basically it had to stop in the meantime because Alex and Expert Forex found out there's a couple of things that actually should be added to this particular one. So that means that it should be released in this particular coming week. So just take a look and see, and when it comes out, we are definitely extremely interested in seeing this particular one. Start trading it. We had some very, very good experiences, even on different time frames, everything from 15 minutes up to 1 day. But we're also going to have a look at Expert Forex this time around, where if you are interested in the Forex markets, and if you're also following Alex and Expert Forex Premium Forum in here, then there will be an opportunity also on how to set up your own trading with your individual trading, basically tools and equipment, whatever is needed in there. So we're going to have a closer look at that also later on in the program. And obviously the American election is coming up, so that also means there could be some scary times ahead for robot traders. Time maybe to dial it down a bit because Halloween is here for the Forex market. And we'll have to see exactly how that goes. It looks like it's very, very tight, but for sure there will, no matter who is going to win, who's going to lose, be some fluctuation in the currency pairs. So in the coming week, so maybe make sure you either switch it off, dial it down, whatever you need to do in order to manage your risk. But still, we are still trading, we are still going ahead. And that is what this video is all about today. So let's get into it. Let's get started. So having a look at the Yieldnodes platform in here, it looks pretty much the same. No news, no updates from either Steve or Urts in recent weeks, and no deadlines either. One of the things that we just developed a bit more is the audit coin reserves in here, just to show you from week to week that things are actually developing. Things are actually going forward, even though obviously it has very little meaning and sense at the moment until we have a decent value within the Yieldnodes coins again. So this is for week 42. So this is basically last week. You can see the overall coins that is in here. That has gone up significantly for this particular week. And then what we're interested in here is the masternodes that are running. Again here, 221. Was last week, and this week is 222. You can see that the value in itself is staking balance is the same. So two different options, masternodes running and then the staking balance. So staking balance didn't move for the entire week, and obviously we're going to have a look at that, how we did also. For the SAP coin in here, you also see the masternodes that are running. So again, 36.25 here is 36.34. So again, 9 more masternodes running this week for SAP. And also in here, when it comes to the staking balance, that is exactly the same as last week. There has certainly been some slowdowns in that. But let's first go and have a look at the value itself. Last week, we actually left the SAP coin just in the red circle in here. And again, we're at 0.70 and a 3. Since then, as you will notice, it has slightly declined and all the way down now here to 0.70 again and a little 2. So definitely not the way things should have been going. So over the past weeks, and definitely by now, we should have been fully up and running again. We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, let's go and have a look at the staking that we had here. You'll notice that Last time we actually had something coming in was in beginning of October on the 3rd. And now we just got another one in for this particular week here on the 27th. We got the 280 SAP that we normally have. And we're looking at this same level as February, March, and April, which is the lowest months that we had so far. But overall, it actually means we got 1% for the week with the 280 SAP in here. That's pretty much all that we could muster for the week. Also on the PNY side, there's also a one-time deal. You'll notice also here it has been pretty much 2 weeks. On the 10th of October last time is where we got some staking back this particular month. So also looks very, very weak, and looks like that October is pretty much the same as May. Rock bottom here at the moment, so not a very good development for this particular month either. But it is 0.6% for the week of 133 PNY, and that is certainly better than nothing. Now, in the meantime, let's also have a look at Bitcoin versus USDT, because Bitcoin has pretty much been trading sideways, as much as Bitcoin can trade sideways, of course. We left it at just below 69,000 last week. Since then, it actually dropped almost down to 65. But again, being a very volatile currency pair normally here, so between the Bitcoin and the USD, then this is still very much low fluctuation, low volatility. There's also lower volumes overall in here compared to last week. So we're ending up with the almost the same level again at 68,426 in here. And obviously still good news that Bitcoin continues to be on the stable side and even on the high side. Trillant news, well, things are actually moving, so things are changing in here. We talked about it already, so with the last deadline extension until October 30th. So again, please make sure that you go in and have a look, see if you want to transfer everything over to the new section. And again, for that, make sure that you have your valid KYC procedure in place, complete all the individual details that you have for names, emails, username, Telegram usernames here. Also get your TON address so you can get your coins over here. And if you're still undetermined, then again, there is 2 links, and we will have them in the video description below too, in German and English, from the prior CEO in here, explaining exactly what is happening and what you need to do. And basically from there on, it will be up to you. And I will, of course, try and report on what's going to happen to the platform in the future. Coinstore.com, when we have a look at the tree coin, there's not really much movement in here. Last week, we left it at the red circle, which was again 0.40 and 200. Since then, there was a bit of a volatility. So on the 23rd in here, then it has flattened out very much again, and ended up at the time of shooting the video of 0.40213. So not really much of a movement at all. If we go to the Trade Explorer, there is some more movement, but that is actually very low compared to what this EA can do sometimes. For week 43, we are basically on the 10 pair one, $131.50 or 1.5%. Which is quite low compared to other weeks and months. But if we go and have a look at the overall, so this is still very much on the Expert Forex coupling service as link 146C. You can see how well that has actually gone up. But you can also see a couple of the hiccups where you have extra profit in here. Normally also relates to higher drawdowns. But things are good. Floating profit and loss only minus 176. So we are looking good at the moment. Total returns 272%. So this EA has been quite good and stable over time. Look at the history, 532 days. And in here you can see all the different currency pairs that are being traded here. So things are going well for this particular EA and for many others that are copying it in. Again, weekly returns 1.8, monthly returns 7.6. It is actually higher. But as we have mentioned many times, so we are not adjusting the lot sizing as we are getting more money in. Simply can't be done because we are linked with the copy link service. Overall, as you can see, 151.5 is very, very low. It is better than last week. That was also extremely low with 144. and very far away from the 2086 we had the weeks before. But normally we should be in the area of 300 or 400 at least. And you can see some of the weeks are showing even better improvements. So let's see, it's going to be very volatile here in the next couple of weeks due to the US elections. So maybe it's going to cash in big, or maybe it's going to have big drawdowns. We'll have to wait and see. So if we go to the Wave Liberator for week 43, on the top 5 EAs in here, we have Aussie CAD on the top with $82 or 8.2%. We have the Aussie USD at $67 or 6.7%. And then New Zealand CAD, $55, 5.5%. And Aussie Japanese, $44, 4.4%. And then Aussie Swiss francs at the bottom of the top 5 with $40, 4.0%. Don't forget, these are on $1,000 accounts, so you can basically times it up, whatever account that you have in here. But these top 5s made $289 or 5.8%. Very good development. And also if you have a look over time here, so since we started, so history is actually 436 days. So it has had a good development all the way through. Only got mixed up with the IG accounts in here, so with the issues, not that they will actually stop trading. Balance 253,000, equity 244, and we started off with 220,000 with 22 $10,000 accounts, so close profit 29,000. Plenty of free margins in here and margin levels also. Total return 15.9%. So overall, and that is again because you can actually trade this on the $1,000 account. So monthly returns on average 1.2, or if you times it down to you have $1,000 accounts instead, it will be 12%. Weekly returns will be 0.3 or 3% per week if you just do them on $1,000 accounts. Trade wins are good, 67.4%. So overall, things are still going well with about 14 trades per day. And if we have a look on our website, you will actually also notice all the different currency pairs in here where you can go and select them. We're actually updating them once again, still trading every single volatile currency, even the Japanese one, even the US dollars, Great British pounds, etc. So all of them are there. We are making some adjustments here based on the latest knowledge that we have, some new tools and equipment, and we'll talk about more of that in a different program later on in the year. Now we also have the entire history of the 436 days we mentioned before. You can see that the portfolio is doing well, $625, and compare that to recent weeks of 597, 620. And then in the volatile area here in August, September, so they were 700, 900. So still, we are going okay. We are going strong. So that's what we want to see. Good steady income all the way, every single week. Same for the RSI Liberator for week 43 on the top 5 EAs in here. Aussie Japanese is on top with $81 or 8.1%. Great British pounds Japanese right after with $68 or 6.8%, and then Aussie USD $36, 5.6%, and then Great British pounds Swiss francs $47, 4.7%. And at the bottom of the top 5, the Swiss francs Japanese, you'll notice that there's actually 3 Japanese currencies in here this week. So if you're not trading that one, you're certainly losing out. $42 or 4.2%. And then overall for those top 5, $293, 5.9%. And again, very good and stable results, similar to what we have seen on the Wave Liberator. We also go to the portfolio in here. That one is only 205 days old, but still we have now more than half a year of trading. And this is the same IG issue again that we had on the accounts part. So, but you can see the balance up here is 237,000, equity is 228. So the floating profit and loss is slightly high at the moment with 8,386, but close profit is even higher with 15,235. So it's looking good. Total return 3.6%, and then monthly return is at 1.0 at the moment, or 10% if you're on $1,000 accounts instead. Weekly returns 0.2. So it looks like this one here has dropped a bit, and it did that actually after the IG demo account also. because it didn't really manage to track it correctly. Trade wins are good, 66.2%, so that's nice. And trades per day, we have about 20 for all these 22 different accounts. So definitely moving forward. And also when you go to our website, again here, you will see that some of them are already on the coupling service for the RSI. We will add additional ones in here. Takes a bit of time for Expert Forex to check our accounts, and last time we actually got these 5 or 6 on in here, and then we have additional ones that we are ready to also add in the next month. So let's hope that Alex can get this done for us, and definitely you can then copy them in also. There's a few on these at the moment, but we would like to see even more because they are cashing in quite nicely, as you'll see. Again, here the same numbers as we talked about before, and then the overall portfolio results 584. So also here results are slightly better than last week with the 539, and definitely better than the week before again. So a good variation, normally somewhere between 400 and up to about 860 in here for the past couple of basically months. Yes, so good development overall. Now on the website, you can find more details and information. Simply go to the portfolio of opportunities tab in here. You have the Wave Liberator, you have the RSI Liberator. You go in and you can basically learn a bit more about it. There's some videos in here also that we provide for you, so you understand what it is, kind of a trading. And we have our PAMM account that is currently running the Wave Liberator that we also need to have a look at. And also that one seems to have gone quite well this particular week here. You can see it continues to go up, up and up. And as we mentioned before, there's a couple of what looks to be setbacks, but this is investors taking out a bit of their profits. 2 big ones in here. We also had one a couple of weeks ago here now. You can actually notice that down here on the 6th of October, it went into a minus. This week here, overall, we made 2,586. Which is a bit lower from last week in here. But as we mentioned before, we have already started to dial this one down a bit. And this particular week here, we don't have to make any adjustments for withdrawals either. Nothing was actually withdrawn. So that means that this was the profit overall. So very easy to calculate for this particular week here. And it's still going in the right direction as it should be. And if we have a closer look of how this actually manages up against the other PAMM accounts in here, you'll notice again that the overall balance is 582,710, and we got about 267. These results here is a bit on the old side, so it's not being updated every 5 minutes, so there could be a couple of days ago. So this was from the weekend's results before trading started here today on Monday. You'll also see the overall gains in here, that we have quite a good gains. So even though that we have less of 50% of the money, the gains are actually higher. And also here again, average gains is 26.5. Ours here is 31.5. Our drawdown is a bit high and it has come down here earlier on today. So that is good. That's what we want to see. And if you have a look from the last week, so basically again, you can see the 7 days in between here. Also, we had 265, 375 last week. So pretty much gone up with the 2,600 that we had in here. So overall good development. And what you can also have a look at up here is overall, it looks like 4,000 came in from this particular week. And we created actually 2,600 of it. So that's a very good development. So that we are doing more than 50% of all the profits actually gained in here, despite our account only being around 46%, I think, at the moment. So overall, things are looking good. Things are not looking so good for the lucky traders, so we haven't really spent a lot of time on this particular one because we don't like the randomness of this particular one here. A lot of the accounts has also crashed, and we had another one for this particular week. So now the top 5 is down to top 3, and that's also why we rather want to spend some more time on the bell trader in the future. The Euro Great British Pounds, however, seems to be doing extremely well, $451 or 4.5%. The Euro Swiss francs not so well with $75 or 0.8%, and Euro USD $40 or 0.4%. And again, overall, we made $567 or 1.4%. So it's definitely not too bad if you have the Euro, Great British Pounds and cashing in like this, but the rest of them not so well. And overall, we are basically shutting this particular one down at the moment. We rather want to spend our time and energy on the bell trader. We have greater belief in that because it comes down to a bit more of the math that we like to use. So to confirm our individual numbers. So again, a little crash, not a complete one for the account here. You can see history 127 days, but we started off still with 8 accounts in here. And obviously the last one that crashed is the New Zealand USD. So not the best development overall. And this is what the Lucky Trader portfolio looks like at the moment. In here it is in a floating minus of minus 6,032 at the moment. Monthly returns is at 1%, weekly returns 0.3. Obviously, again, because of this particular loss in here, it has given everything away. And these are the currency pairs that we have been trading pretty much since the beginning. Some of them didn't trade that well, and we've taken 1 or 2 accounts off also to try and clear up the results during the time. If we have a look at the numbers over time here also, you can see the portfolio numbers here. We have hit 1,000 a couple of weeks and sometimes all the way up to almost 2,000. But shortly after that, when we had the high volatility market, we started to have some of these crashes in here. And again, in the past couple of weeks, we had a more sort of subtle profits of 473, 540. And then this particular one here now crashed and burned again. So again, we're going to focus on this particular one in here. So the bill trading robot, the testing phase is over. That was already done last week. And basically now we are looking for the final version of the EA. Put it on again, some of the accounts that are not so volatile to start off with, and then build and expand on it, similar to what we have done with our Wave and RSI Liberator in here. And this is what came out of it. So this flat line is more the account setup and the back testing that we had performed. So we didn't really do too much testing here in the beginning. And then for the pretty much this just 1 week in here, we managed to get, it says 7% in here, but it calculates from the beginning to here. So the percentage is a lot higher, and you can obviously calculate that also for yourself. The balance here is the 8 accounts of 83,000. Equity is down, as it is many times when these particular EAs show up. It takes weeks or sometimes months here to basically get into a positive trend. And then after that, it's dragging a bit of a minus, a floating profit and loss all the way through, but you are still making cash at the end of the day. Monthly returns, as we said, 7.3, weekly returns 1.7. Trade wins, as you can see, is very high, over 70%. And then we had just testing for this particular FX Blue accounts of 18 days in here. And if we have a look at the numbers that we showed you also last week, you can see that development was quite well. So again, 1,428 for the week before. And then the week where we managed to do all the live testing in here, we made $2,255. So that was a very good development overall. Now, obviously, as the bell trader is going to be released, then it is very important again here that you go have a look at Expert Forex, and you can even join the premium forum. So the bell trader here, there is some videos out showing again that the 68% of the price action is within the first deviation. So basically the charts is divided into 3 deviations in here, where again 95.4% of the price action happens within the second deviation. So again here the dark blue is the first one, the light blue is the second one. And you can see only rarely are we going outside of these particular parameters. In this case, it says 99.6% is within the 3 deviation. And then obviously you have from time to time things going absolutely crazy that one might be difficult to actually cover. But that is what the bell trader is all about here at the moment. And there's new videos out that I've also added into the video description below. And you might need this particular training course, and have a look at this video also from Alex. So if this is his setup or just a simple picture, I'm not exactly sure, but definitely there's a free course. If you are a Expert Forex Premium Forum member, you can go in and you can have a look and see how you can actually set up your Forex trading business. So this has something to do both with the hardware that you see here, what it is that is needed on how to set it up and run it on at the same time here. It is also a personal training, so for you yourself mentality, how you need to basically go about it, how you need to check your results, and then continue to do so in a never-ending spiral way in here in order to always change, improve for the Forex market, because that one is not standing still either. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. As you can see, there's plenty of news, plenty of updates. As always, one of the more important things this particular week here is obviously the US elections, the dialing down or stopping some of the trading, whatever you prefer in here. We have already done part of this and will continue to monitor it even before the election, which is still more than a week away as of this video is being recorded. But we are also very eager to already start now the Bell Trader as soon as that one is available. We want to go out and test it and see that the results that we had previously is still very much in function and working. And obviously you'll be the first one also to know this as you dial into our channel. So in the meantime, I hope you're going to have a great week. And hopefully I have some news and updates for you also next week again with even more profit. Until then, bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report, so please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.